Hello and welcome to Women Wednesday and to the Goddess Connection video series. My name is Cherie Hudson, and I have been bringing you different topics talking about breaking through societal perceptions in regards to being a woman. If you haven't had a chance to check out our website, please do so. It is go-goddess.com. And you'll get to see a lot of information that is available to you. We also have a section on free videos, which includes goddess talks, podcasts, including this Goddess Connection video series. The topics that we've been presenting have been so incredible in regards to societal perceptions, age, weight, body image. So many of those are available to you. Today, I am just feeling a lot of energy in sharing this particular topic in regards to internal combustion. I want to go ahead and share my screen with you to go through the PowerPoint slide deck. Oh boy, I'm getting really excited and jumped right into it. So this is the title of today's session, Internal Combustion. And the reason why I selected this particular topic is because I have been going through my own struggles, really looking at how things are imploding inside of me and what are some things that I can do in order to get through it. I notice these negative patterns, these repeat negative thoughts, and it's just festering and moving and growing in this capacity, and how to get off that train and say, no, time out, stop. Let me get back to the essence of who I am. So this is our topic on internal combustion. And what does that mean? So what that means for me in this topic is that we as women internalize our world. We internalize our feelings. We internalize our emotions. We internalize our communication and not expressing ourselves in a particular way. You know what's interesting in society, our male counterparts, they are definitely able to express their anger, express their emotions in a particular way, not all the time. However, they get to communicate and say what they feel and what's on their heart. Their communication is more outward bound, whereas our communication is more inward bound. And that can cause a lot of havoc for ourselves when we're internalizing events, when we're internalizing situations, because what happens is we start to implode those patterns onto ourselves inwardly. And so we're going to take a look at that. And so I wanted to define the internal combustion and how it shows up. Well, it shows up with that inward bound. And then what happens is we create this hammer metaphor. We start beating ourselves up for everything. The person walking away, the financial situation, the job loss. There are things that we implode upon ourselves and then create a hammer and start to beat ourselves up continuously. Again, what can we do in order to get to the other side or off that train? And I'm going to share some things with you that I've come across that is absolutely powerful. And research and white papers brings this about, and definitely very instrumental and to get off that train or get to the other side. So internalizing, let's take a deeper dive into that. I love this picture because it is happening within us. We implode upon ourselves and this fire gets created. And so when we take a look at that, where does it come from? So I truly believe that we have a root, and it's just like a tree. And this root is fear. And we have the tendency as women to have this fear that comes up of, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not thin enough. These are all the societal perceptions that are put upon us, and it's got to stop. because this fear causes us to do so many crazy things, spend tons of money on makeup, spend tons of money on Botox, spend tons of money on body image and liposuction and breast implants. And, and I'm not saying any of that is wrong or good, bad. I'm not labeling it, but where is that root coming from? What is it? What can we look at so that we can feel within ourselves that we are good enough? We are powerful. We have a feminine energy within us that can create. And you know what? No male counterpart can say that. We have that ability. And it is God gift, higher power gift, whatever you want to term that, of the universe. And if you're agnostic, then we have the ability to create life, so that's the bottom line. So going back to the fear, where does that come from? Was it a betrayal in your youth? Was it abuse, a trauma? And when I say trauma, sometimes people think like, oh, it's this, big sexual and childhood abuse and all of that. Yes, there is that, but it could just be one instant that we experience from a teacher, from a coach, from friends that can cause this fear to come up every so often. And then we start to implode it on ourselves with doubt, with worry, with not enough issues. And so we've got to take a look at that root and start to dig it out. Now, with fear comes fault. I don't know about you, but when things happen and worry and self-doubt and all of that fear starts to come up, and when things do happen, then it's like, oh my gosh, I blame myself. Oh my gosh, that's because I wasn't pretty enough, or I wasn't good enough, or it was because I wasn't loving enough, or I wasn't, then it's that whole imploding upon ourselves. But when we internalize this fault and say that it is on us, we're going into shame. And the shame really is detrimental because it keeps repeating those thought patterns into our psyche about what we are not. And then the other part of fault is blame. Then we start to go outside and blame circumstances, blaming events, versus just staying in the moment and saying, what can I learn from this? So when we dig out the fear and we start to learn and we start to grow and take a breath and start to shift those thoughts, that is absolutely powerful, because if we do not, then we create this hammer metaphor. Our thoughts start to beat ourselves up. The things that we say to ourselves, the thoughts that come up, and the imagery too as well, because that can absolutely be detrimental. We have this vision or this visual that comes up about the person walking out of our life, or the email or the text that we sent, or the call that we had. And then it keeps repeating over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And okay, I'll stop. And it's sort of like, this pattern that gets created and entrenched into our psyche, and we keep repeating it over and over again. Not to be redundant, but it is true. It's sort of like a mouse on a wheel that keeps going and going and going. However, what's true is those thoughts will eventually turn into our words. And when we start to speak, we can actually see it laced with self-doubt, with worry, with fear, with shame, with fault, whatever it is. And so examining our words and how it's being brought forth is absolutely profound. What's essential, and I want to share this with you, studies have said about 93% of our communication comes through our body language and our tonality in our voice, and only 7% is words. Now, that's an Anderson School of Business study. I feel that there's some merit to it. And how are we lacing our words is very important, because from our words creates our actions, our behaviors, how we impress upon our world, our universe. our family, our friends, a team, work. So that starts to permeate through thoughts, words, and actions. And what to do. So here's the thing that I know that has worked for me over and over again is forgiveness. I have been studying forgiveness. It is absolutely powerful. The research that I have come across from Johns Hopkins University as well as the Mayo Clinic says that whether it's a small spat or a long-held resentment, those feelings and unresolved conflict really causes havoc to our health. As a matter of fact, when you have a forgiveness practice, that is where the health benefits come in. I truly believe it. So when we start to forgive others, whether we use prayer or any type of other activity to go through a process of forgiveness, please use it. The other thing that we do at the Go Goddess and Trinity of I is we actually have a class on freedom through forgiveness. We go through 10 spiritual universal laws until we get to the place where we can open up to the level of forgiveness. And we do a specific process that is just incredible. I use it, and I can say from my experience, as well as the attendees who have taken the class, it has just shifted their life 10,000-fold. But here's what's true. Not only forgiving others, but forgiving yourself is very important. I almost gave that away. So forgiving yourself is very crucial and very, very essential to the healing process as well. And here's something that I came across that I just absolutely love. Have a resurrection mentality. And what I mean by that is, like, you have this negative thought or image, immediately forgive yourself, resurrect yourself to the next step, resurrect yourself to the next movement in your life, resurrect, keep continuously. This is like, I have been doing this resurrection mentality throughout the day, and it has just brought such peace and tranquility and calmness in my life, and to continuously do it. Now, I want to share this with you because I thought it was incredible. So forgiveness is a powerful healing tool that will release you from your own suffering. And I truly believe that. And do it immediately. Just, I forgive myself. I love myself. Use affirmations too as well. Forgiveness is absolutely something that is done on a daily basis throughout the day. It's not just a one-time event. It is continuously forgiving yourself, and that you love deeply and profoundly love and approve of yourself. I forgive myself, and I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself, and then take the next step of your day and move into it. We as humans feel that we need to do it just one time and it's over and done with. We want the fast fix, the pill, whatever it is. However, this is a process. It is a practice. And if you need any support, please reach out either on email, or our phone number is right there, including our website, and checking out other information. So again, internal combustion. Don't let that internalizing of events in the world hold you hostage to a hammer metaphor. Release yourself in thoughts, words, and actions by forgiving yourself moment by moment, day by day. Thank you for joining me.